Today, we are talking about decoding messages from the universe, from your guides, from your higher self. Because when we learn that the world is reflecting back to us aspects of us and really divine messages and truly things that are in our field, we begin to hack the system. We begin to see these reflections and work with them and are no longer a victim to anything that we have created, because we see that it is God, source divine, our angels and guides, and our soul showing us, mirroring to us. And when I learned this, as I continue to learn this, because I'm always learning this, I'm always learning how the universe works and how I work as a soul and how other people work as souls, and really our trajectories that each soul has, because we are all going to have a different language, a different way of weaving and working with energy. And that is my goal, is to empower you to discover your unique language with your higher self, with God, source divine, with the universe, with your angels and guides. Because when we harness this, when we tap into this, my goodness, we are truly shown an entirely new path, an entirely new trajectory. And it's so much easier to walk our path, to walk our divine soul pull and soul purpose that we came in this body, in this time, in this lifetime to create, to fulfill. And learning our language with the universe is truly incredible, because I've done episodes and videos on this before, and my way in thinking about this and perceiving this has changed and evolved throughout the years. I used to think that everything was a reflection of me, and that it was me and what I was doing. And then I was like, no, I can't be that hard on myself. So I'm just going to say, things do just happen and we don't always know why. And now I'm kind of at this place where I believe that everything is showing us what is in our field. So as humans, we have a field. We have our bodies, we have our souls, and we have this field that we are projecting out. This is creating things to us, pulling things to us, magnetizing things to us, repelling things away from us, and really helping us create what we want and showing us where we have limitations to creating what we want. And so there can be things in our field from this lifetime, from past lifetimes, from our childhood, from all aspects. And so we know that our soul is infinite, so there is no time and space in the realm of our soul. Our soul has lived many lives. But this aspect can come into our field. And so when we ask for things, when we desire things, know that what you begin to see reflected back to you in your world is guidance, is truth, is solutions, is answers. I like to see my life, and I talk about this if you follow me on Instagram. I've shared about this before. I see my life sometimes like an Indiana Jones. I think that's what it is. Indiana Jones, treasure hunt. I feel like I'm following clues to the next. I ask, this is what I do. I ask something. I say, angels and guides, soul, divine, source, show me how I may have this in my life, how I may create this in my life, how I may become this. And from there, I begin to see my world rearrange. I begin to see new paths and people come in. I begin to see these, it's like the universe is always dropping us little nuggets, little clues to the treasure chest of our Indiana Jones movie, right? Because you are the actor and main character of your movie that you are creating, and all of these people, all of these things in your world are your props. They are your oh man, I'm not into what would they be called? Your fellow actors that you've hired. That's what they are. Everyone's playing a role for you in your movie. And so when things happen, like, truly nothing is random. I really want to hammer this home. Nothing is random. Absolutely nothing is random. So when you ask for something and you begin to start to see the clues drop in, and oh, that was interesting that just happened to me, and oh, that was interesting that just appeared in my world, begin to get curious. So this is how we decode the messages that our soul and source and our guides are sending us, is we follow. We follow what our heart is leading us to. This doesn't always make sense to the mind, but your heart, and I also recommend, if you're into human design, looking into whatever center is how you make decisions. If you are a splenic authority, such as yours truly, really like getting in touch with this center in your body and listening where these places or these parts of us take us, what they say to us. Our body is always talking to us, and really our body is the best barometer for decoding the messages. Our mind wants to decode them and really like understand them and like figure them out, like what does this mean? But here's the thing, is your body will show you with how you feel. Your body will show you with how you feel. And so this really comes to a level of purification is always really important for this, so that you can really be in touch with your body. And this is, my goodness, been such a lifelong journey for me, and something that I love helping people do is, the physical is so important, what we eat and drink and see and become, but also like what are you energetically doing, because we have to do both, like releasing these traumas and limiting beliefs. And this is how we become a pure vessel to really be in touch and communication with our divine body. And so as our soul, source, and guides are giving us messages through the body, the more that we can let the mind be quiet, or rather not give it priority, and listen to the body, what it is telling you, the sensations you get when you are around people, the sensations you get when following, the sensation you get to, ooh, I would like to go left here rather than right. The sensation of, I feel really called and drawn to talk to this person. The sensation you get to, I need to go to this place today. Following those. And then when we do this, we signal to our higher self and to God, source divine, and our guides, like, I'm ready for the next clue. I'm ready for the next clue. And this is such a fun, like, truly, you guys, this is like, life is supposed to be really fun like this. This is supposed to be a magical adventure that we are co-creating. So not only is there the element of like us following, but also in this we are creating. So as you take a step and follow, when you ask, follow. It doesn't always make sense to the mind, but it will make sense to your body. And so as you continue to follow, you continue to create, you continue to receive. You continue to receive the guidance, the messages, the solutions, moving each step towards that which your soul is bringing towards you. So these fields that I talked about, these fields that are attracting things to us, when we see things in our world, it is going to be reflecting back to you parts and aspects that are in your field. So for example, when I am walking along and I see something, when I witness something, for example, the other day I was driving, when I witness an accident, I think, what is this showing me? Perhaps to be, for me in that instance, it was to really remind myself of my deep appreciation for life and to not take this life for granted. And it was also showing to me perhaps fears. And this is just like the first example that came to mind. But when we see like things in our environment that are reflecting back to us, aspects that are in our field. So if you have a fear, it is not uncommon that you will see this fear being reflected back to you through other people, and perhaps through you attracting in things into your life to be fearful of. Situations that require and invoke fear, because you have fear being projected out of your field. And so this is where working with our fields, working with our bodies, working with the frequency that we are emitting into the world and into the universe, this is how we begin to decode these messages. Because if we have a block that is preventing us from getting to where we want to go, the universe is not saying, oh, you can't have this. The universe is lovingly showing you, this is the block that you get to overcome in order to become the person that you desire, that has and attains whatever you want. So whatever you are asking for, you are being called up to overcome whatever block it is that is in your field, that the world, the universe is reflecting back to you in your field, so that you may have the opportunity to overcome it. And in the overcoming it, you become the person who has what you are asking for. And that's how it works. That's how we decode the messages. We follow our heart. We follow our body. We follow the feeling inside of us. And this is going to lead us to the next, to the next, to the next. We don't ask our mind first. We ask the body, and then we let the mind support us. We let the mind support us into where we're going, and we continue to follow, we continue to follow. And then, just like a loving parent, the universe will continue to give us the next step. The next step. We can't get the whole blueprint all in one shebang. It doesn't work like that. We have to follow. And this builds this muscle of trust. And if you need help with trust, I have videos and episodes on that. But we have to learn to surrender and to trust this divine co-creation, this divine Indiana Jones movie that we all get to be a part of, this national treasure hunt. That's what it is, this treasure hunt. That's a better way of putting it. It's a treasure hunt. And so with that, I pray, I hope that you find your treasures. And if you need help, this is where sessions come in. This is where this work comes in. And the miracle frequency, getting you into the miracles throughout every single step of your journey. All of the information will be below. I am just sending you all infinite love and light.